This is Monster Jam!
Monster Jam fans, it is now time for the very first competition of the event, JCB Racing. Our 8 Monster Jam superstars have been seated into a bracket based on a random draw. The winners of this round will advance to the semifinals and be that much closer to the racing win. And Mark Arena, I've got one question to kick this thing off. Who's ready for JCB Racing?
In the right lane, let's hear it for John Zimmer in Uproar. Taking on his opponent in the left lane, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. It's a repeat of yesterday's final where Gravedigger came out on top, but both of these trucks have battled their way to the finals twice this weekend. Let's see who takes it this time. Let's go green! Your winner is John Zimmer in Uproar. Trouble on the track for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, but we've got the JCB Dirt crew coming out for rescue. We're going to tune in to our pit reporter, Kay Young. Kay, what's going on here with Gravedigger from what you can tell so far?
So far, I'm hearing that it's a front broke left axle, so they're hooking him right now out to the back, and I'll let you know exactly what is going on. Chandler West, his crew chief, is already actually all the way back into the crash zone here. So they're going to have to take off that front left BKT tire. They're going to have to access the inner and outer axles to decide whether it's the inner or the outer. It honestly should only take 15 minutes, but that's why you saw even in intros he was having some issues and then spun out here in JCB Racing.
Thank you so much, Kay. We've talked about it before. We are at the mercy of these Monster Jam trucks, but we know that our UNOH technicians are the best in the business, and they'll have that truck back on the track, competition ready. Weston Anderson, he's going to come back with a vengeance for the rest of the competition. With one race underway, we've got John Zimmer in Uproar. Moving on to the semifinals, our first driver here in the lineup to secure his spot in the semifinal round. Our next matchup's ready to go. Make some noise for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Taking on his opponent in the left lane, Brian Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's got her sidekick cheering her on the track. Bailey down there wishing her sidekick some good luck on this track. But I know that Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is not looking to let this be an easy race for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Both of these drivers struggled on the corners yesterday, not against each other, but with that same issue. Today is about making those adjustments. Kraken's already been to the final once this weekend. Can he make it back? Let's go green! It's a restage for these two in round one of the JCB Racing Competition. Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit looking for that green. Your winner is Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Once again, that winner of that last race, it was Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. In the right lane, let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Facing off against his opponent in the left lane, it's MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. These two clashed in the semifinals in event number 2 here in Savannah, where Terminal Velocity came out on top and went to win that competition. But Toro's made it to the semifinals twice this weekend. He's looking to punch through today. Let's go green! That corner strikes again. Your winner is John Zimmer in Terminal Velocity. Savannah Monster Jam fans, if you're paying close attention here in the JCB Racing Competition, you may notice that that one particular corner is proving to be a challenge for some of our competitors. And if you did hear our pit reporter, Kay Young, speak on those track conditions, the track conditions can sometimes be the reason exactly why that's happening here. It's going to take a driver who's really smart on those corners and able to get those sweet spots on the track. Their BKT tires with the right grip to turn those corners. We've now seen 3 competitors here in the JCB Racing Competition being thrown a bit of a challenge with that corner, so keep your eyes on the track. Our next matchup's ready to go. Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. As he battles it out against Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron. Brandon Arthur coming off that overall event championship last night, but I know that Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur's truck is competition ready. There can only be one. Let's go green! Your winner Excalibur. We just saw Excalibur advance on to the semifinal round after taking out Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron. And he will actually go into the semifinal rounds to face off of John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, who took out El Toro Loco, who had some challenge on that one corner that seems to be proving the competition a little bit of a curveball there. And we saw in that first round matchup, Gravedigger Weston Anderson get caught on that same corner, advancing upward to the semifinals, where he will face off against Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Bailey Circuit, again, having trouble with that one corner. We've got the fastest four on the track right here. And you can see we've got our JCB. They are working on the track to get it ready for the rest of our JCB Racing competition.
All right, and Mark Arena, it is time for Name That Truck. So I've got Braylon right here. He's going to be our contestant, and you're going to be competing for a JCB Digatron Monster Jam cap. You look extremely locked in. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, let's check out the video board. A Monster Jam truck is going to start to appear right over there. If you can guess which one it is before the time expires, you get to walk away with this hat. Monster Jam fans, let them know. If you guys know the answer, shout it out. I see green, purple. I think there's only one of these Monster Jam trucks that has that. Think you got the answer? All right. 3, 2, 1. What is it?
Gravedigger.
Gravedigger. Let's find out. I hear the cheers already, because it is. It is Gravedigger. Great job. First, you get a high five. That's what I'm talking about. And then you are going to walk away with your very own JCB Digatron hat. You know what? Let's try this on for size. Yeah. Make some noise, Savannah. Let's get back to the action. You guys did such a great job. It's already been such an exciting competition, but it's time to move on to the next round where the fastest final four will compete for a chance to lock in their spot to our racing finals. And Mark Arena, make some noise if you're ready for the JCB semifinal round.
Here in the semifinals, it's Tomfoolery Motorsports versus Send It Motorsports as we have a battle of the teams. We've got John Zimmer in Uproar looking to take on Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Only one of them will advance to the final round. Keep your eyes on those Monster Jam racing lights at the end of either side of the arena. Our two drivers pull to the line and prepare to go green. Your winner is Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken advances on to the finals, but will he compete against his teammate or a fellow competitor? Our two drivers are pulled to the line. Again, it's Tomfoolery Motorsports versus Send It Motorsports. Make some noise for our semifinalists. We've got Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur versus John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Will it be a battle of brothers, sibling rivalry Or will it be competitor against competitor? Let's go green! Your winner is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Savannah, this is it. This is the racing final round. The winner of this race will claim the first 8 points of the event, as well as the top spot in our leaderboard. Again, for one last time, make some noise if you're ready to meet your JCB Racing Finals contenders.
Competing since 2018 in the finals of the JCB Racing for the second time here this weekend. Let's hear it for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Taking on a series champion. He's taken the win once so far in the racing competition here in Savannah. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Two second-generation drivers are ready to battle it out, each of them hungry for those 8 points that land on the other side of that finish line. Will it be Terminal Velocity for the second time this weekend, or will Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken prevail? Let's go green! Your winner is Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Savannah, Georgia, put your hands together. This is his very first JCB Racing win of the year. Make some noise. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Savannah, you are witnessing Monster Jam history being made. You've seen it right here. The first 8 points of the event claimed, and they belong to Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. We are going to get to hear from the winner himself. He secured his first place spot on our BKT overall event leaderboard. Make some noise, Savannah, your very first competition winner.
Nick, this is definitely redemption. You were a part of the JCB Racing Finals earlier this weekend. You spun out a little bit. You got your redemption. You got the win. Congratulations.
You know, thank you so much. We've been battling this truck all weekend long. The track's been eating up a lot of trucks, but this truck, I got some new tires, some Gen 4s that I haven't really run before. They worked really well, and when they put that dirt down, the sand down, it really helped, and we turned up. I'm excited. That's the first racing win of the year for me. Who's ready for more Monster Jam?
They're definitely ready. Your parents were back there. Your sisters back there. They were screaming. I was in the vom. They were so excited. Now you got to carry that momentum into the second competition, the Monster Jam two-wheel skills. How you feeling now that you got this one under your belt?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. That's a big confidence boost. That's a lot for me. I thrive on confidence, so right now I'm 100% higher.
Congratulations. Let's hear it for your JCB Racing winner, Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken.
Check out our VKT overall event leaderboard where we have Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken securing his first place spot. You can see that he's got a total of those 8 points. And in second place, it's John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity with a total of 7. Now bring your eyes down that leaderboard. You can see that we've got a two-way tie for third place between Excalibur and Uproar. And actually a four-way tie for fifth between Ringling Bailey Circuit, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and JCB Ticketron. That just means that the fire fire will be lit strong for these competitors as each one of them hopes to climb to the top of that leaderboard, where they've got a chance at the next 8 points coming up in the two-wheel skills competition.
Monster Jam fans, that was an exciting race. And so we're going to keep the racing competitions going. We've got Dion right here. First of all, check out these awesome shades. He saw that he was going to be on camera, and he literally just put these on for you guys. Can we make some noise for Dion? And then we got Daquan over here. Don't worry, we didn't forget about you either, man. Can we make some noise for Daquan? Yeah. All right, guys, we talked about this. I've got a prize for you guys if you guys can guess which Mini Jam's truck will win this race. So we're going to put them all up on the screen right now. Check this out. We got Gravedigger, Megalodon, and Toro. Which one do you think is going to win this race?
Megalodon.
Say it one more time.
Megalodon.
Megalodon. All right, they are set at the line. Let's get this thing going. 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Daquan, you might be right. I know you tried to change your mind to Gravedigger. Maybe you should have done that. Dion, are you nervous right now?
Yeah.
I would be nervous too. Megalodon's in last. How are we going to win a prize? And Mark Arena, make some noise! Cheer on Megalodon! Come on, Megalodon! Yeah!
You can do this! Yeah!
Great job, Dion! Because Megalodon took the win, first of all, you're going to get this 2025 souvenir yearbook. Check that out. Go ahead and grab that guy. And then, oh, check this out. What is this? You know, that souvenir yearbook, if it had some autographs, that would be pretty cool, huh? Well, you know what? I'm going to give you guys the chance to go to the post-show meet and greet and meet all of the drivers. How cool is that?
Yeah!
If you guys want to join Dion and Daquan at the post-show meet and greet, check out the video board. We got a QR code. Sales end for this event right before halftime, so lock in your spots. And maybe you too will get the chance to meet all of our Monster Jam superstars here today.
It is time for the second competition in today's event, and that is the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, where each driver will have 2 attempts to pull off their most impressive, crazy maneuver in hopes of getting your high score. Now, we've got some criteria up on the video board of what we want you to consider as the official judges in this competition. Now, you'll use your smartphones at judgeszone.com, and hopefully, Carlos, these fans are geared up and ready to go.
I'm pumped up. I've already felt the energy from this Savannah crowd. But now it's time for you guys to lock in. You guys need to go to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com, because that's where you'll get the chance to lock in your scores for all of our competitors. Your city code today will be SAV. SAV. Once you see these ribbon boards go red, that means you have 20 seconds to lock in your scores. I think you guys get the gist. You guys are doing a great job all weekend. So instead, give me your energy. Show some love for the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge.
First to the track, it's time to get loud for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Bailey Circuit is doing it in the air. Make some noise for Brianna Mahan, Ringling, Bailey Circuit. JudgesZone.com, score now, score now.
Savannah seemed to like that run, but so does Bailey down on the track cheering on her driver, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit, kicking off the competition with a very successful run. We saw not only 2 successful attempts there from her, but she's given us that sign something's a little broken there. Maybe she had to change her plan for that second attempt, but 2 successful attempts in my opinion, but it's all about your opinion. We got the scores locked in right now. The score is a 7.430, a solid score, and this is the rest of the competition's score to beat. Next hit the track, put those Toro horns in the air for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. That steering wheel is out the window, Savannah.
Look, but no hands. Give it up, MJ Solorio and Toro Loco. JudgesZone.com, JudgesZone.com. Lock in your scores. Less than 20 seconds left.
You know, I might imagine that you would have a little bit of pressure taking the win yesterday, but MJ Solorio thrives on that pressure. He's proven that to us right in this run. And for those of you who caught it live, he threw his steering wheel out the window during that second attempt. He's looking for that wow factor and hoping you scored him high. We do have your scores locked in right now. Let's go ahead and check it out. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is Savannah, that's an 8.663. You have a new leader. Our next competitor is ready to hit the track. It's time to put your hands together for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron.
That will do it. 2 hits for Brandon Arthur in JCB Digatron. If you like what you saw, go to judgeszone.com and give them your scores.
Check it out on the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron, you see him pop that 12,000-pound JCB Digatron up on 2 BKT tires. He's making it look easy, but proves that he's got control over that Monster Jam truck, which is essential here in the two-wheel skills competition. We've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron is a 6.817. That right now is good enough for 3rd place. Next to the track, let's hear it for our next competitor. He just won the JCB Racing Competition. It's Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken.
We got the Ink Master getting squiddy with it. Make some noise, Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken.
Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, looking to carry the momentum of that win from JCB Racing into the two-wheel skills competition. Check out that action on the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay just in case you missed it. He's confident in that maneuver, popping that BKT tires up on 2 tires, and you see him even try to take it up and over the pod and go 2 through that move. Looking for a combo there, but let's see what scores you guys decided for that run. We've got it locked in. It's a 5.937 right now for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. That is good enough for 4th place.
Well, Monster Jam fans, as you know, we saw Weston Anderson and Gravedigger head out to the back, and this is just an update about what's going on. We had reported that it was going to be an axle issue there on the front left, but it's also a planetary issue on the front right, so that crew is working hard right now. You can see they had taken the hub off, which was actually in pieces as well. Chandler West trying to get that hub off and access the planetary. The planetary has 3 gears that rotate around a middle gear called the sun gear. And then, of course, those gears help drive power to those BKT tires. There you see on the left-hand side the axle that they're trying to access to try to replace as well. So they are working hard trying to figure out both front, left, and right now. He is now slated to be the final competitor here in Monster Jam Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, so they should have ample time, but a planetary does take about 25 minutes or so to try to get to, and then, of course, have to fix. An axle usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes, so they are pressed for time here when it comes to the Skills Challenge.
Moving right along in the two-wheel skills competition. Your next competitor is ready to go. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
That will do it, Monster Jam fans. Give it up one more time, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Lock in those scores right now.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, proving exactly how he has earned the nickname of Combo King. Pulling off some crazy maneuver combinations. He's got one attempt remaining. Savannah, are you ready for more two-wheel skills?
One more time, give it up, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scan that QR code, get to judgeszone.com, and lock in your scores.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. You know, sometimes those combinations can appear so long. It's like two attempts in one, and that's exactly his goal. He's looking to get in the craziest maneuvers while maintaining contact with those two PKT tires, and he's done just that for you, Savannah. That is one heck of a layout of a run. We've got the scores locked in. That current score to beat right now is held by MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. He's got a score of an 8.663. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.357. We've got ourselves a new leader. Next to the track, let's hear it for John Zimmer in Uproar.
Make some noise, Savannah. John Zimmer in Uproar. Less than 20 seconds left to get those scores locked in. Less than 20 seconds left.
John Zimmer in Uproar, showing his level of expertise there, especially in that first attempt. He's got complete control over that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. He is absolutely heavy on that throttle when he needs to be, quick when he doesn't. He's able to maneuver that truck and pull off 2 successful attempts, but was it enough to take out his son? We've got the scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is, it's a 6.823 right now. That's good enough for 4th place. Next up, Savannah, let me hear you get loud for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur.
That will do it. Make some noise. Give them your energy. Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. QR code is up. Only a couple more competitors left. Slide that BKT tire up or down and lock in your score.
Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur getting in a great first attempt there, and then you kind of see him in that second attempt to go, but that track is just not biting those BKT tires for what I think he exactly had planned. So we're going to see what score you think that he earned in that run. Let's check it out. It's a 5.246 for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Last but not least, make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
Did you like that run, Savannah? Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Scoring is open.
Savannah, what a run indeed for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. You see some of those replays on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. We saw him up on one BKT tire at one point, major combinations, and I know you love to see those slap wheelies. Weston Anderson is looking to get that high score. We've got that current score to beat, which is a high score at that, held by John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. It's a score of a 9.357. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is... It's a 9.133. Savannah, that means your winner of the two-wheel skills challenge is John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. For the first time here this weekend, John Zimmer Jr. claims the 8 points in the two-wheel skills challenge.
John, you've been battling it out with MJ Solario, El Toro Loco, Weston Anderson, and Gravedigger. You finally got your spot up here when it comes to the Monster Jam Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, and you did it amazingly. You did the slap popper, you know, everything that you could think of. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was super good. It felt really good to be back in my element, nailing combos like I know I can. I was struggling all weekend, but that run felt really good. I lost track of how many times I was doing combos in one run. Man, it was so sick. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did in that truck.
Absolutely, and the momentum's going to be carried into Monster Jam Freestyle. You're going to be battling out, hopefully for a BKT overall event championship. It's really going to come down to the freestyle. How are you feeling, though, coming in now that you got this win?
I'm feeling really good, and freestyle is one of my favorite competitions because it's the last thing that we get to do here at our events here at Monster Jam, and there's a reason for that. We got 60 seconds to come out here and attack this track however we see fit. It's going to get wild and crazy in Savannah. If you guys thought what you saw today so far was wild, I promise you there's more to come. Are you guys ready for some more?
Let's make some noise for your Monster Jam Two-Wheel Skills Challenge winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Savannah, it's time for you to meet the superstars of Freestyle Motocross. Make some noise for Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, Cam Sepulveda, and Josh Hetford.
We have brought our 4 Freestyle Motocross riders right here to Savannah right now. They're going to be doing 4 practice ramp jumps from ramp to ramp, and then we're going to get into our best trick competition. Our ramps are about 70 to 75 feet spread apart, and our riders can get about 40 to 45 feet high in the air. Bailey, are you ready for some freestyle motocross? Yeah? Okay. Let's make some noise for our first rider, Nick Desmond. Give it up for our second rider up, TJ Tiffany. Let's hear it and make some noise for Cam Sepulveda. And our last rider, let's hear it for Josh Hetford. Nick Desmond coming back around, hails from St. Augustine, Florida by way of Massachusetts. TJ Tiffany coming from Orlando, Florida. Cam Sepulveda is from Daytona, Florida. Josh Hetford from Asheville, North Carolina. So they're going to continue on practicing their ramp tests before we get into the best trick competition. In the meantime, if you haven't downloaded judgeszone.com, do so, because you're going to need that for freestyle motocross and the best trick competition. A little crazy cliffhanger there for Josh Hetford. This is our last practice attempts from all of our riders. Make sure you get those pictures, those videos Use the hashtag Monster Jam. One more time, let's hear it, Savannah, for your Freestyle Motocross riders. All right, we are now going to get into the best trick competition, and this is where all of you will use judgeszone.com just like you've been doing for our Monster Jam drivers. You're going to be using judgeszone.com for our freestyle motocross riders. They're going to have one attempt, and one attempt only, to throw down their best trick, and you, the fans, will decide at judgeszone.com. The code is still the same, SAV, and you'll still have 20 seconds to lock in your fan scores. Bailey, are you ready? Guys, are you ready? Savannah, are you ready?
First up, make some noise for our first rider, Nick Desmond. Nick Desmond's from Norfolk, Massachusetts, and he's been riding with Monster Jam for a total of 4 years. He's been riding freestyle motocross for 19 years. Today he's bringing you his best trick on his Yamaha YZ250. Savannah, one more time, give it up for Nick Desmond.
Let's hear it for Nick Desmond, flying through the sky. Gives you some freestyle motocross action. He's kicking things off right now. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Defying gravity, Nick Desmond. A few more seconds left.
We've got those scores locked in, so let's take a look. The score for Nick Desmond is a solid score, an 8.895. That is the score to beat. Up next, it's time to get loud for TJ Tiffany. TJ Tiffany's from Orlando, Florida, and he's an international stunt rider who's been a part of some of the highest-grossing movies in America, such as Bad Boys for Life and Avengers Endgame. You might even catch him on this season of Outer Banks. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his Kawasaki KX450.
Make some noise for TJ Tiffany, throwing down a backflip. Get those scores locked in now. You got 20 seconds. Actually, you got less than that. You got about 11 seconds left now at judgeszone.com. Remember, 10 is the best, 1 being not the greatest. Scores are locked. Keaton, what's the score for TJ Tiffany?
Let's check it out. You guys got him locked in. The score for TJ Tiffany is... Ooh, it's close, an 8.360 right now. That is good enough for second place. Next rider's ready to go. Savannah, put your hands together for Cam Sepulveda. Cam Sepulveda is from Daytona, Florida, and he is joining Monster Jam for the very first time this year, but that doesn't stop him from taking home the Best Trick Winner competition 2 times. So far here this weekend, he is a 2-time Best Trick winner. Today he's riding his Yamaha YZ820.
Let's get loud for Cam Sepulveda with the super flip. Absolutely going crazy there. They really should call it the heart attack, because I always have a heart attack every time I see it. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. He throws down the super flip, and we want to know what you thought about that attempt.
We've got that score locked in, but first we've got the score to beat, currently being held by Nick Desmond. It's a score of an 8.895. The score for Cam Sepulveda is That's a 9.566. We have a new leader. One rider remains. Savannah, make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford is from Asheville, North Carolina, and he's competed in Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. Today, he is riding his Kawasaki 450. Savannah, one more time for Josh Hedford.
Let's hear it for Josh Hedford. Get those scores locked in, judgeszone.com. A few seconds left here at judgeszone.com.
Taking the win yesterday in the best trick competition. Definitely looking to make it too. We'll see what it is. We got the score locked in with that current score to beat right now, currently being held by Cam Sepulveda. It's a score of a 9.566. The score for Josh Hedford is a 9.476. Savannah, that means your winner of the best trick competition for the third time this weekend, Cam Sepulveda.
A huge congratulations to Cam Sepulveda, and we will talk to him in just a little bit. But I gotta ask you, do you want to see some more freestyle motocross? Bailey Circuit, do you want to see some more? Absolutely. You guys ready? We're going to do the Monster Jam Train. This is where our riders are going to go back to back to back to back. And I need all of you here in End Market Arena to get as loud as you can for our Freestyle Motocross riders. On the count of three, I need you all to scream. 1, 2, 3. Let's make some noise for your Freestyle Motocross riders. But what do you say? Do you want to see some more? All right, we're going to have them come back around again for our Monster Jam Train, but I need you to get even louder for our Freestyle Motocross riders. Let's hear it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! End Market Arena, make some noise for your Freestyle Motocross riders! How about it? How about one last time? One last time? All right, guys, one last time. It is time for the very last time to see your Freestyle Motocross riders, Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, Cam Sepulveda, and Josh Hedford. Are you ready to fly one last time? Make some noise for your Freestyle Motocross riders. We've got TJ Tiffany, Nick Desmond, Cam Sepulveda, and Josh Hedford. Savannah, I need you all to get loud right now for your best trick competition winner, Cam Sepulveda. He has now made it 3 wins here this week, and congratulations, throwing down the super flip. What's it been like this entire weekend? I mean, it's been a long weekend, but it sounds like it's been a fun weekend for you.
Oh, it's been so fun. Savannah's only about 3 hours from where I live, so it's kind of a close show for me, and yeah, you fans have just been so awesome, and every time you guys scream, we can really hear it, and it makes us just want to go even bigger every time.
You've only been with Monster Jam for a year. How's this entire, year for you with us?
This year has honestly been super great for me. I've been progressing more than I could ask for, and Yeah, it's just so fun to be a part of Monster Jam and to get to travel the world with my friends and ride dirt bikes.
You only have one event left. Do you think you can throw it down one last time and get the win?
Oh, we're throwing down tonight for sure. We're going to go huge. So stick around and let's get rowdy.
All right, Savannah, make some noise right now for your best trick competition winner, Cam Sepulveda.
Savannah, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. Throwing it down in the home of JCB. Make some noise, Brandon Arthur, JCB Digatron. Savannah, scoring is open.
It is not easy kicking off the freestyle competition, but Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron is not intimidated by that pressure. We can see that from the run he just laid out here on the freestyle floor. And we've got your scores locked in, so let's see where that bar stands. A 7.473. That is the score to beat JCB Digatron. Next to hit the track, make some noise for John Zimmer in Uproar.
Savannah, do you hear it? John Zimmer in Uproar. JudgesZone.com, the scoring is open.
Check out that air on the super glue. Glued to the action replay. John Zimmer in Uproar. He's taking advantage of all of those obstacles out on that pod, and you see him confidently get those big air moves, bounce back from the impact, and able to move on into his next obstacle. That's the kind of smoothness, that flow. That's what we're looking for here in the freestyle competition. This driver, whether it's planned or not, looks like he knows exactly what that next move is, and Let's check out those scores because we've got them locked in. That current score to beat right now held by Brandon Arthur in JCB Gigatron. It's a score of a 7.473. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is... That's a 7.820. We have a new leader. Next up, he's going to need you to get real loud, Savannah. It's Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur.
Make some noise for Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. If you like what you saw on that run, scan that QR code and score now.
Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Third to go in the freestyle lineup here. You can see on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, there's such precision. He lines up on that obstacle, takes that truck up on two PKT tires. That two-wheel action mixed in with the freestyles is definitely a tactic to win. On the score, it is a 6.766 for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Right now, that's good enough for third place. We put Excalibur in third place, which means JCB Gigatron Brandon Arthur sits in second, with currently Uproar holding out that first place spot with a total of 7.820 as his high score. The next competitor looking to take him out will need a higher score than that. But Kay, you might have some breaking news for our fans in regards to one of our Monster Jam trucks.
That's right, Keaton. Gravedigger is back in the crash zone right now. It was a broken jam nut, which is located on the heim of one of the front shocks there. So we're going to put the pictures up here in just a moment and show you what's going on. So that is the nut that actually broke on the shock, and it is in total pieces. They had to replace it, but right now they're also fixing the tabs, which is located on the chassis as well. And there you see, those are the tabs. You see how it's bent there on the very top? So Chandler West was working to try to straighten that out. That's why that nut actually broke on the tab there, or excuse me, broke by the heim joint there. So that's what they're replacing now. That's what they're fixing on. Hopefully we'll see Weston Anderson and Gravedigger here for the freestyle competition. I wasn't able to talk to Chandler West. He was in the middle of fixing that tab. So right now it is questionable. Of course, we'll let you know what's going on if there's any other breaking news, but we're hoping to see Weston Anderson and Gravedigger back in the competition.
You know, Kay, when you were back in those pits, if we could just give the fans an idea, were you kind of approaching an all hands on deck type of situation, or is it really just 2 or 3 technicians really working hard on that Monster Jam truck?
There was 4 technicians working on Gravedigger at the time. They had to take off the shock. There's nothing wrong with the shock, though, Keaton. Everything is fine when it comes to that.
We're ready to get back to the freestyle action. Savannah, make some noise for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Savannah, she might be lining up for the Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp.
And that will do it. Savannah, make some noise. Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Your time to shine. Let her know what you thought of that amazing backflip at judgeszone.com.
Savannah, Brianna Mahan laying out a Morgan and Morgan backflip for you. Check it out. Bailey, her sidekick, cheering her on. She looks happy about that run, and we're going to find out if you are as well. Absolute air. We see her up on 2 tires, maintaining control, but check out this backflip. We're there on the edge of our seats, but she does land it back on those 4 BKT tires. That is going to be an exciting freestyle run to score. We've got your scores locked in. That current score to beat right now is held by John Zimmer in Uproar. It's a score of a 7.820. The score for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit is that's a 9.163. We have a new leader.
I'm hanging out with the fans. I've got my buddy JD here. I'm actually borrowing his flag. I'm guessing you got this at pit party?
Yeah.
You got all of the autographs of all the drivers. That's pretty darn cool. Are you having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know the answer to this question, considering that guy and your shirt. But what's your favorite Monster Jam truck?
A Toro Loco.
El Toro Loco. You guys got any El Toro Loco fans in Savannah tonight? Yeah. All right. I'm having a lot of fun. I might take this. Is that okay? I might take it? No, it's not okay? All right. Well, we can talk about it later. But we're going to jump in to the Monster Jam Helmet Shuffle. You're going to walk away with another prize if you guess the correct answer. So check out the screen. There's going to be a trophy. You got to follow that trophy. Do not lose that trophy. And at the end, if you guess it right, I got a prize for you. Monster Jam fans, help them out. You see the trophy there. Do not lose it. Don't look away. Round and round it goes. Almost there. That's how they trick you. It's still going. JD, do you still got it? Okay, we're still looking. He's like, I'm locked in. My goodness. They're really trying to make you not. Okay, we're done. Savannah, what are we thinking? Who thinks it's under number 3? What about number 2? What about number 1? Okay. Do you think you got it? Okay. What's your final answer? Number 1? Yeah. All right. I really hope it's number 1. Reveal the helmets. Okay. This is good. It's not under number 2. It's under number 1. Yeah. JD, you know what? I'm going to add it to your El Toro Loco collection with your brand new El Toro Loco plushie. If you guys are happy for JD, make some noise.
Well, you know what, Carlos? JD's not the only winner here in the in-market arena. We've got a St. Jude ambassador of the event. We've just crowned Weston Anderson in Gravedigger as the St. Jude ambassador of the event. Don't forget that you have an opportunity to donate to a very important cause. That's the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. But tonight, we congratulate Weston Anderson as the St. Jude ambassador of the event. We're ready to get back to the freestyle action. Let's see those Toro horns in the air for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco.
Savannah, what did you think of that run? Big air, massive stunts. Shout out to MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. Scoring is now open. Let them know what you thought on judgeszone.com.
MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco, hitting that track with a vengeance for you Savannah Monster Jam fans. You know, he came in third in the two-wheel skills competition. He's looking to gun it with this freestyle run. He had that big air. He knows you fans love to see that. Catches himself back on those two PKT tires after that big impact landing. He's looking for that high score, and we've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco is... It's a solid score. It's an 8.402. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Next up, it's time to get squiddy with it. Let's hear it for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Looks like I am getting word from our team that there could be some issues with El Toro Loco, MJ Celorio's truck. He is unable to potentially pull off that track right now. So we're going to have our JCB Dirt Squad come over there and help him get him off that track so we can clear it for our next competitor. Let's take a look at the competition and exactly where it stands now. We've got Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit holding out that first place spot. Now she's got a high score of a 9.163. That means any driver looking to take that away from her will need that higher score. And with a score like 9.1, it is on that bit of a higher end. So the drivers, 3 remaining, do have their work cut out for them. But MJ Celorio secures his second place spot in that number 2 spot for El Toro Loco. Third, you can see Uproar. And this leaderboard could be completely shaken up as the rest of the competition hits the track. But right now, let's hear from Carlos in the stands.
That's right, Keaton. Again, it is time for a Monster Jam game. I've got my buddy Connor right here. He was super enthusiastic. He's like, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm going to get your attention. So it worked. Good job. Give me 5. All right, your game is going to be Name That Truck. So you got to guess which one of these Monster Jam trucks appears on the screen before the time runs out. Savannah, you guys down to help them out? Make some noise. Yeah. All right, let's check this out. Okay. I think I know which one this is. We may have just seen it. Got some orange. I think I see some smoke around here. Do you guys know the answer? Do you guys know the answer? Shout it out. Help him out. I think they told you. What is it, guys? You got it? All right. 1, 2, 3.
After HEP.
I heard you start with it. We're going to go with your first answer. El Toro Loco. What do we got? Yeah! Great job, Connor. And you know what? You're going to walk away with your very own 2025 souvenir yearbook. In there, you're going to find JCB, you're going to find El Toro Loco, you're going to find all the Gravedigger drivers. Who knows? Maybe you'll get the chance to meet some new trucks that you haven't before. Great job once again, my man. Make some noise, everybody. Let's get back to the action, yeah?
It's the Calamari Kid. He's ready to go for freestyle. Make some noise for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken.
Savannah, let's hear it. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. JudgesZone.com. Scoring is open. Score now.
Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, absolutely heavy on that throttle for the freestyle run. And for those of us who come to Monster Jam to love that adrenaline, you can absolutely feel the roar of that engine as he confidently moves across the track. I mean, this is a driver you know is confident behind the wheel, and he's looking for that high score from you Monster Jam fans. We've got those scores locked in, and let's see what you thought of that run. The score for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is... It's a solid score, 7.962 right now. That's good enough for third place. Make some noise for your next competitor, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. The clock is paused at 44 seconds on the clock for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. We will see if he's given the chance to refire once I get word from our team on exactly what's going on. That does conclude the run of his freestyle run here in the competition, but he did fill enough time on that clock to be eligible for a score. Now, we tell you these drivers are at the mercy of their Monster Jam trucks. This is exactly what we mean. Right now, John Zimmer Jr. is determined for you all to judge just that little bit of that freestyle run that he had in the competition. It's a tough go for a competitor like John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. We know him well to be delivering some crazy runs. So I know as a competitor that's frustrating for him, but get those scores locked in. We've got that score in for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity of 4.003. That lands him in 7th place. Savannah, they rolled up their sleeves. They thrashed on that engine. Which brings you your final competitor. Make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. And technicians alike in the back, they rolled up their sleeves, they thrashed. So I want to hear you make some noise because they got Gravedigger back on the track for freestyle for you, Savannah fans. So let him hear you as you see him come down that tunnel. Make some noise for that black and green wrecking machine, Weston Anderson.
Coming back from the grave, make some noise, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. That was your final competitor, Savannah. Last time to shine. A score now at judgeszone.com.
Savannah, he made it back to the track for your Monster Jam score. He did it all for you, Monster Jam fans. He's trying to show you exactly why he pushes that truck to that ragged edge. He may have not filled every second of that freestyle run. He may not have ended on 4 BKT tires, but he absolutely delivered here. He knew he had to prove all of you and do it for those technicians, absolutely thrashing on that truck to get it back out for freestyle. A cinematic run, but was it enough? We've got that current score to beat right now. It's held by Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circus. It's a score of a 9.163. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is... It's a solid score, an 8.882. That means your winner of the freestyle competition is Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's added 8 points to her overall score, but was it enough? Your overall event champion here today earned 2 points in the JCB Racing Competition, 7 points in both the two-wheel skills challenge and the freestyle competition, with 16 overall event points. Your BKT overall event champion is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
I'm going to let your team come up here because they deserve a huge round of applause. Chandler West, Shelby Fisher. There they are. They deserve some applause here, Savannah. Weston, you looked pretty surprised when Keaton said your name here as the overall event champion.
Man, I had no idea what was going on. These folks right here, they were in the back in between every single competition that we had, thrashing on that Gravedigger truck, and they didn't do it just for me, man. They did it for you Monster Jam fans. You guys have supported us and Team Gravedigger for 44 years, and I cannot thank you guys enough. These guys right here, they're the real heroes behind the scenes. Everybody else in the back, Frankie, Danny, everybody, thank you guys. They're the reason why we got this trophy today. And hey, Savannah, did you guys have a good time at Monster Jam? No. Savannah, let me hear you make some noise. That was Monster Jam, baby!
And now we are going to talk to our freestyle winner along with her sidekick, Bailey Circuit. We'll see if Bailey can get up here. Congratulations, Savannah. Let's hear it for your freestyle winner, the Princess of Carnage. Brianna, I mean, the backflip was crazy. We were back there talking about it. You got some big elevation. You got some wild air there. Talk to us about that freestyle.
Honestly, that is not how we want these backflips to go. That was honestly a little sketchy for me, but you know, we've been fighting transmissions all weekend long. That was my third transmission. You know, we were coming around strong for that backflip, and I thought it was going to rotate. And when that truck does not rotate in the air, every thought in the world goes through your mind, but thankfully I was able to land on all 4 BKT tires. But then when I tried to back up to finish my run in true Princess of Carnage fashion, the transmission let go and reverse ended up being forward. So I couldn't make it happen, but you know what? This is my first time here in Savannah. We have been digging all week for a win, so I am so excited. We finally brought home that freestyle win. So let me hear you, Savannah. Who had fun at Monster Jam?
Let's hear it for your freestyle winner, Brianna Mahan, driving Ringling Bailey Circuit.
A big congratulations to all of our winners and, of course, our overall event champion here today, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. I mean, Carlos, these are the types of events that blow the fans out of the water. This is truly unexpected. We could never plan something like this.
Literally, that's like 2 events in a row where I think somebody's going to take the overall win, and then all of a sudden something breaks, something happens. And then today, the technicians came out of nowhere and got everything fixed, and then we're able to give Weston Anderson an opportunity to go for the overall. Brianna Mahan hitting that backflip, taking her first competition win of the weekend. It's crazy that we still have one more event left.
More Monster Jam action is always headed your way. We want to thank all of you guys, whether you tuned in onto the live stream or joined us right here in the End Market Arena, for coming out and being a part of our Monster Jam events. We truly couldn't do it without you. So on your way out, make sure you stop at those Monster Jam merchandise stands to pick up the latest Spin Master diecast truck. A perfect way to take a piece of Monster Jam home with you. And of course, on behalf of my entire host team, Carlos Sparks, Kay Young, I'm Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.